Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one more nautical video. In this video, we're going to see a failed catamaran docking with the med mooring with mooring lines, and we're going to follow step by step the mistakes that the captain and the crew did. And after that, we're going to see what would be the ideal action to do to have a smooth docking regardless of the conditions. I will have the full video over here in order to watch it uninterrupted from the original creator. And let's go and watch the video step by step. Here we are at the beginning of the video, and you can see that the catamaran over here, this catamaran, which is a Nautitech 40, it got stuck to the bow of the Lagoon 42, if I'm not mistaken, which is here. It is connected with a line with the sword that the people they are holding it, and the catamaran now is blocked to the mooring lines that are posting out from the bow of the catamaran. And at this position, I want you to understand that here is the keel of the boat at this sector over here, and here is the rudder and the propeller of the boat. So this line is in between the keel and the rudder of the boat. That's why they cannot really escape. Otherwise, you're going to see that they tried to reverse over here with this engine unsuccessfully. They wanted to reverse and bring the boat inside, but the mooring line didn't let them do so. You will see that over here where they try to reverse it, the mooring line underneath the boat that doesn't let the boat escape because it's strapped to the keel. Let's continue now and see what they will do. They will do a very hard maneuver, and as you see over here, yes, over here they will do a very aggressive forward and then a very aggressive reverse in order to escape with the boat, and they did it. They do a very, very aggressive maneuver. They did it, but of course this is a very risky situation because if you look closely over there, they could have grabbed the line, they could have injured themselves, they could have destroyed the boat completely if they hook the line with the propeller, or the keel can be ripped off also if we pull too hard. So then they approach again, and let's continue over here to see what is going on now with the catamaran. They are preparing over here, and as you will see, none of them speaks English, unfortunately. They try to explain them from far away. This gentleman tries to explain them to put fenders outside, but they don't speak English at all. So they have no idea what they are talking to them. And after some time, they're going to try to enter into the slot. I want you to observe something here because we have to see a few things that we have a little bit of waves coming inside. The wind is coming from the bow, exactly from the bow, so the windward line can be either from the port side, either from the starboard side of the catamaran. But we will see what will be the wise choice over here. See that they are preparing, and these gentlemen here, they start lifting the mooring lines outside of the water. This is a big mistake as you will see later on. And let's continue to the approach. And at this approach over here, they approach very, very, very fast. This is a monohull approach, ladies and gentlemen. The monohull needs speed, but the catamaran doesn't need speed. A little bit only, just to let it flow backwards, and we control the direction of the boat by forward and reversing the engines. Here, mostly forward, the engine that we want to push the direction, we put this engine forward, and the wind is pushing the boat backwards. That's the idea, and we control the direction of the boat in that way. But if you come too fast, like this gentleman here, he got very scared, and also because they don't have fenders over here, and you see here is the captain, and first of all, he does the common mistake that I always mention, that he is facing forward with his body and looking backwards just with the side of his head, and this results not to understand the dynamics and not to understand which engine he should put forward or reverse. And I think that eventually, accidentally, he is putting reverse again. And at this point over here, you're going to see that he's trying to push the boat with his hands, which is completely unnecessary. And of course, he's losing the control over the boat, and he's crashing here at the back of the boat. And because exactly his crew is doing multitasking, and they have no idea what to do, so they're crashing over here, and after that, you're going to see that again he's putting forward like with no control, and Here at this point, you're going to see that the lines that are giving out are completely random. They have no idea which line they should give to control the boat. And they go out again, and then they give this line out, which is, as you will see, this line over here is the wrong choice because it rotates the boat sideways and the bow ends up crashing to the next catamaran. The proper position to put the line, it should be either from that position over here, either a little bit earlier from that position over here. So by doing forward, get the boat alongside with the boat next to us without pointing with the bow first to the next boat. So as we continue, then you will see that they do completely random things. Here is the damage that they did to the catamaran next to them. Bow line over here, completely wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Holding the line only with the hand without any control from the cleat, the same moment engaging the mooring lines, and you will see that a guy comes over here to help. He's telling them what to do over here, but they don't speak English. They look around to avoid the connection. This guy is telling him to put forward at least to get with the boat forward. The captain is slowly moving without even realizing what he's doing. And it's very, very obvious that this is a chaotic situation. And as you see, everybody is outside trying to do something. Just to do something simultaneously, and of course this doesn't work because it's multitasking. You see over here they're pushing with legs and hands, and you have the engines and you're pushing with the hands. I mean, that's ridiculous. And anyways, let's go from the beginning of the video to see what they should have done and what was exactly wrong at the position. So let's start from this position over here, which is, for me, all the bad things happened the moment that these guys tried to get out of this position exactly here. So what they should have done? First of all, this line over here is a mistake. They should have this line engaged either to the port side midship, so by putting forward the port engine, can forward and leverage the boat into the wind and straighten it out after release the line and go forward if they want to leave the position. But for me, it wasn't even necessary to do that. What was necessary to do is these guys over here to put forward to their catamaran, put forward so they can hold their boat into position only with the engines, lower the line of the mooring line so it will drop so down below so the catamaran will be free, and then reverse with this engine and enter next to this boat. End of story. So for me, when you find yourself in this kind of conditions, think about the solutions that you have, since the boat is still. It is not moving, it is safe. The maximum that you can have is a bit of scratch over here, which is insignificant. And if you put a fender horizontally over there, you don't have even this, and then you sort everything out. Even a small boat can come and push the bow away. If you lower a little bit this line, that was the key point. So, but these guys have no clue over here, and as we continue, that was a big mistake. This maneuver for me was very risky. It can end up with a few 2,000 or 3,000 euros damage, and also it can end up with serious injury if someone can fall into the water as the boat is backing bye-bye. So let's continue on, and if we see a few more mistakes, the preparation here of the boat to reverse and come inside. With the catamaran, it's very important to get with the boat close to the position that we want to get and then rotate the boat on the spot, not from far away, on the spot. So the proper thing to do is at this position, rotate the boat. Let me find a good, yes, at this position, forward the port engine, reverse a little bit the starboard, and then let the boat come back and not to come with all the speed inside. As you will see, all the speed, it belongs to the monohulls. Catamarans doesn't need so much speed. And also I would say that even if you let the boat drift, one more position, if you let the boat drift sideways over here, because naturally the boat wants to drift sideways, and you have one line from your bow to give it to the boat next to you, you attach your bow to the boat next to you, and the boat rotates and it closes alongside with the other boat. And if you have a lot of fenders here and here, no problem whatsoever. One line, we let the wind do the job and finish. End of story, guys. We can relax there until the next day. Let's continue to see their maneuver. Over here, they try to enter, and of course, for me, the captain mistake that he has his back to the movement of the boat. The body should face to the movement of the boat at least a few seconds so we can realize what we should do with the engines. And of course, he's coming back full speed. He has no control because he's panicked, and the only thing that he wants to avoid is to put his hand over here, by hand in some cases, to protect from the other boat. Impossible. So he's losing the control of the boat because he's focusing somewhere else and he's crashing behind. Let's continue now to see, and in this position, they could have ended very, very simply just by putting forward both engines, guys. Not really realize which engine you should put forward. Just put forward both engines, fenders to the proper spots, and the boat will stop, and end of story. We will figure it out. We will give a line either from that side to the bow, either from that side to the bow of the other catamaran, and we can stay there forever. Not to mention that if we give this line out over here, we forward both engines again and finish. We do one thing and we close the deal, guys. Only one thing we need to focus to do in order to close the deal. And this deal can be closed with the port side stern line to that ring, either a line from the bow of the catamaran to the bow of the other catamaran. And as you see here, they almost go out again because he has no control to the engines. He's looking now and he's a little bit desperate. He's looking to his throttles, then he look up again. He's desperate and I don't know, he tries to blame somewhere, I don't understand. And over here also, ideal position to give a line from here outside to the other catamaran. And end of story. And this line is completely unnecessary over here. It should have been either from that point here, and also big mistake that they have a bow line here. No reason to have bow line, guys. The bow line on the cleat is a big mistake that doesn't give you nothing. It gives you no benefit whatsoever. It is passing lines and holding the fender as well. Why is that? Zero organization of the crew, zero control, zero leadership, so nobody knows what to do. Everybody is doing random things with the potential injury coming very soon. And eventually they are pushing over here instead of using the engines. And after that, you see that the catamaran is over here next to the other catamaran. Since they got alongside with this catamaran, use the starboard side stern line, forward the boat, get alongside with the catamaran, and then you can start lifting from the port side easy without engaging multitasking. And also the guys from outside, even though that they try to help, they don't help at all, unfortunately. And that's because of the captain, because people from outside try to help you, but you need to give them directions what to do in order to help you. And also a big mistake that we will go back, guys, and I want you to avoid doing this with, in any case, look at this over here. There is no reason to lift the mooring line out of the water. You see, they are lifting the mooring line outside of the water. That's the worst thing that you can do to a skipper. Let the mooring line in the water. Whenever I approach to do my med mooring with mooring lines and I see someone lifting the mooring lines of the water, I tell them just let it into the water, go have a walk. I will dock my boat alone, guys. I will do it single hand. I prefer it like that. That's the worst thing that you can do. Let it into the water. The only thing that we need is just to support us with the directions that we will give you. And we end up over here, of course, that we have the captain and the crew not understanding the directions. This guy knows what to do, but he's giving also directions that they don't understand. Okay. So as you can understand, guys, this captain had a lot of other choices instead of coming inside like this, like crazy. Let's go ahead and see one more choice that is super cool to use it. A lot of people, they are afraid to use it, but it's ideal to use it in a very tough situations, especially with the wind from the bow, which is for me is the most difficult of all with the mooring lines. So we go ahead and we go over here. As you see, let me find the proper position over here. That's the perfect position to center your boat somewhere over here. Yes, Drop your anchor over here a little bit further away, of course, in order not to grab the main chain of the mooring lines and the blocks. Drop it further away and come with your anchor. The anchor will hold your bow into the wind. You will come back like a toy, very easy, and then you can take the mooring lines. And of course, after that, you can call a diver to pick up your anchor, bring it back, and finish. End of story. That's it. A lot of people are afraid to do that. They don't know, they don't have the contact of the diver, first of all, to do it. I always have the contact of the local diver to help me. Also, the cost of this operation is, in Greece, is 100 euros. So you call the diver, he's coming, he's taking the anchor out of the lines in order to disengage it from the mooring lines, bring it back to your boat, and you're free to go with no damage, no injuries, no risks, no skills, no nothing. Just smooth operation, guys. That's very important. So let's recap what we just said. First of all, prepare your boat and your crew with fenders and use just one thing that is going to secure your boat to a steady position. This one thing can be the line from the bow, it can be the line from the stern so you can get alongside with the other boat, but it cannot be 2, 3 or 4 things in the same time. Protect your boat with the fenders, and just in this condition, guys, I want you to understand, if we put neutral and we just let the boat drift inside without any throttle, without any pushing, without any lines, without nothing, and just put the fenders over there, it will be 0 damage. I want you to understand that it is funny to imagine it that in this condition, doing nothing and just let the boat drift into the position just sideways to the dock, it would be 10 times better than what happened on that video. Please, the people that you help from outside, don't lift the mooring lines outside of the water. It's so scary for the skipper that is approaching that doesn't help at all. Also, don't be afraid to drop your anchor in case that you need it. In a lot of wind, do it. Into the marina, don't worry about it. The diver will come and it will fix everything afterwards with a little bit to no cost. So don't worry about it. Drop your anchor if you need it. In case that you are very stressed, just don't approach. Go and anchor outside to relax a little bit. Go for the marina to bring a boat, or even better, guys, this is the passage planning. That is the meaning of the passage planning. If you know that this day you're going to have a hell of a wind, just come a few hours earlier, or just come the previous day, or just ask for the skipper to come this specific day to help you with the docking of the boat. Even better, which is for me, this is what I do to my courses. I come to the boat, people, they ask me and they say, we don't have confidence to come to go with the catamaran. Come and show us how we do it. So we go to the most difficult places. We do 3-4 days together to understand the dynamics, and then you go and you continue by yourself. But you cannot go to organize something that you have no idea how it's done. It's impossible to organize it by yourself, and it is impossible to explain it to your crew also how to do it. So take a professional skipper to show you a few things and at least keep the boat safe. So for me, it was a big mistake from this gentleman to take a boat, and it was also a big mistake from the company to rent them this boat. It was a big mistake without knowing anything about any procedure to let this boat to these hands. Let me know in the comment section what else do you believe was wrong and what else you believe the captain should have done in this case. And I hope you like the video. The original video, of course, I have a link down to the comment section and also to the description of the video. And hope you like it. And see you soon. Have a nice one. To participate to a high-level training course in sailing or motorboat, you can contact me in my WhatsApp number or by email, so we can arrange training together here in Greece or wherever you have your boat or wherever you want to do your training. So don't hesitate and contact me, and see you soon.